From the University of North Carolina School of Media and Journalism, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
Welcome to this Friday edition of Sports Extra. I'm Mallory Marks.
And I'm Brian Gallagher. Finally, we can say baseball season upon us, but first to the court.
Following Monday's home loss to Virginia, the men's basketball team found itself facing a slew of problems. In Monday's game against Virginia, the problem started with the injury bug. Freshman phenom Nasir Little left the game in the first half with an ankle injury and didn't return. The loss of a key player off the bench forced the Heels to rely on Cam Johnson and Brandon Robinson for more than half of the game. And to make matters worse, Cam Johnson also left the game hurt, which prompted Virginia to go on a run that would ultimately allow the Cavs to close out the game. But the biggest issue of Monday night, and frankly of the entire season to this point, has been the team's inability to defend the three-point shot. Never been known for three-point defense, but they're actually bad. The Heels rank 144th in the country in opponent three-point percentage, with teams shooting 33.7% from behind the arc against them this year. What's worse is that in the 5 losses, teams are shooting a whopping 45% from three. Those teams have made 53 three-pointers in those 5 games, which averages out to a little more than 10 threes a game. The good news is these numbers look vaguely similar. A familiar Tar Heel team let in similar numbers from three-point range, and that same team ended up cutting down the nets in Phoenix. The 2017 squad ranked 110th against three-point shooting, letting opponents shoot 33.9% from deep. While this year's team is ranked lower, the percentage allowed is actually lower as well. I'm not saying the team should continue to defend the way it is, but the season didn't the previous squad. Who knows, maybe we're seeing history repeat itself. And with Wake coming up this weekend and Duke on the horizon, the three-point line needs to be off limits from here on out. So Brian, what do you think the team's chances are looking like against Wake?
Well, if I'm being honest, Wake could have a chance if this was the late 90s when they had Tim Duncan, or 2005 when they had Chris Paul. But other than that, it's the Heels all the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm going to go with the Heels on this one.
The on-again, off-again women's basketball team is on a off-again streak again. Everything was falling for Pitt against the Tar Heels Thursday night. Cassidy Walsh had a season-high 17 points from the first half alone. Carolina faced a 16-point deficit to end the half. Shailene Bennett led the comeback attempt for the Tar Heels with the team leading 25 points. Now, late in the fourth quarter, we'll see Paris Key make it to Janelle Bailey to make it a 7-point game. However, it was a little too late as Pitt holds on to take the victory 91-78. The Heels will play again Sunday against Virginia.
It's been an up and down season for the men's JV team as well. The Tar Heels had their moments during the game against Hargrave Academy, starting with Robbie O'Han passing the ball to Pierce Landry, who kept the score close with a couple of deep threes. Jalon Cooper helped as well as he passed the ball to Preston Smith for this tough shot. The Heels played aggressively, but Hargrave was too good. The Heels fall 102-92 to take their record to 5-6 on the year. They play First Love Christian Academy on Sunday.
Now, stepping off the court and onto the field, the baseball team will make its 2019. Reporter Elena Pirtle is at Boschner Stadium to give us the preview of this weekend's games.
Brian, it's officially baseball season in Chapel Hill. The Heels are looking to kick off their redemption tour in just a few hours, where they'll take the field behind me in their first game of the season against Xavier. The team will play the first of the 3-game series this afternoon at 3 against the Musketeers, followed by games on Saturday and Sunday to complete the 3-game series. Preseason All-Americans Michael Bush and Jean-Luc Delatry, both of whom from last year's squad, will lead the 5th-ranked Heels. Look for Bush and Delatry to make an immediate impact this weekend as the Diamond Heels try to make their way back to the College World Series. Back to you guys.
What a time to be a Heel, right? Thanks, Elena.
So this weekend, how will any of us get any homework done? The wrestling team is going for its 5th straight win tonight at 6:30 against NC State.
With the win, UNC will clinch a share in the ACC regular championship game for the first time since 2002. Carolina has been unstoppable in conference, this season winning 3 conference matches against ranked opponents. The Heels have won 6 of their past 7 duels, including a dramatic 18-14 win last week against Virginia Tech. Several players showed out for UNC against Virginia Tech, including redshirt freshman Austin O'Connor, who is now 26-3. ACC Headley is number 7 in the 141 weight pound class. O'Connor is number 3 wrestler in the country at 149, according to the initial RPI rankings. And Chip Ness is number 8 at 184. And Brandon Whitman is a 4th top grappler for UNC. He wrestles at 197. And then there are 4 others in their top 25 respective divisions.
The 2-2 softball team opens its home schedule this weekend, hosting the ACC Big Ten Challenge at Anderson Stadium. North Carolina will play number 17 Michigan today at 4, followed by a game against Northwestern at 6:30. Carolina takes on Northwestern again Saturday at 3 and wraps up the tournament against Michigan Sunday at 12:30.
The men's lacrosse team will continue its homestand and opening stretch of the season when they play the Heels Harvard tomorrow at noon. The game will be against Harvard and will make the 6th consecutive home match against Keenan Memorial Stadium for the Heels. UNC faced off against Furman last weekend at home, winning the match 14-10. Behind 5 assists from senior Andrew Matthews, the game will be the season opener for the Harvard as the Crimson tries to rebound from a 7-6 record last season. The match will be the first time UNC and Harvard have met on the lacrosse pitch since 2015, which was a win 15-10 for UNC.
The UNC women's lacrosse team hopes to continue its hot start to the season with a pair of home games this weekend. Fresh off a huge season opening win against reigning NCAA champion James Madison, the Tar Heels will face off against High Point tonight and then play East Carolina on Sunday. UNC never wavered in the game last week against James Madison, coasting to an 18-7 win. Carolina will try to keep the momentum going against a High Point squad that the Heels beat last year, while the Heels will compete against ECU for the first time ever. So Brian, we talked a little bit about the weight game, but honestly the game I have on my mind is the game against Duke next week.
Of course, Wednesday. I mean, we have a lot of sporting events this weekend, but I think everyone on camp is just...
And I know we've got the one at home later, but as a senior, I just want both those wins against Duke so bad.
Well, wouldn't that just be perfect?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Sports Extra. I'm Brian Gallagher.
And I'm Mallory Marks. We'll see you later.